Good morning. Well, I mean, it takes a while to get into these things, and I'm not a professional entertainer, and a lot of the things I talk about and a lot of my meditations or my verses are based on my, my thoughts, things I thought about in the night, a dream possibly, something I saw the day before. I mean, it's a collage of different things, and something I was thinking about early this morning was about how, as a man living on this earth with all my fellow men, how we're all seem to be regulated, how 1984 and this Orwellian event seems to be happening all around us. And then, of course, you get the odd spoke in the will, like, for instance, Donald Trump and this guy Boris Johnson in the UK. I mean, these guys are sort of out of the box, but I think we all had a friend like this at school who was ever so slightly mad, wasn't particularly popular, but these guys seem to go on to do incredible things and say incredible things. I mean, look at Trump. I mean, over 2 years ago, he's coming down that escalator. And I remember saying to people around me at the time, I said, that guy's going to become president. And they all looked at me as if I was mad. But why wouldn't he? Because all these other plastic creatures all saying the same old crap. All they're good at is talking and never actually do anything. This bloke goes in there, says some outrageous things, and the more outrageous his things, the stronger his base becomes. And I particularly remember being on a cruise before he was elected, and a couple of Americans were sat on our dining table, pretty wealthy Americans, and when we started talking politics, the woman looked at me, she said, well, actually, we quite like Trump, which, to be perfectly honest with you, surprised me quite a lot. But the world we live in is slowly going completely mad. I mean, I had this meditation, Rocket Man, Donald Trump getting over a nuclear hump, Air Force One in the air, Kim Jong-un, media glare, arriving first, borrowed plane, weather's nice, look no rain, strange haircut, suit to match, other one cruising, preferring thatch. No one knows how this will end, possibly cuddle, ceremonial pen, world at peace, at least for now, dangerously amusing, historical powwow. And that's the way it was, wasn't it? It was a piece of theatre. He arrived, they both arrived, they cuddled, they smiled, they did handshakes. None of that pulling crap like you see so often with Trump. I mean, I suppose Kim Jong-un's a little bit too heavy to pull towards you, but very interesting all the same. And then I thought, well, what about the animal kingdom? What happens there? You see all this harmony going on. I mean, occasionally you see animals fight. I mean, even my dogs have the odd sort of biting episode with each other. And then, of course, they also have the odd humping episode, although they're two girls. I mean, don't quite follow that one. But man's best friend walks by my side, sits and heals, furry pride, licks my wounds when there's no blood, runs and greets me in the mud, jumps and plays, gently bites, barks alarm, darkest night, always watching, protecting home, while simply gnawing on some old bone. What a pleasure to receive such love from a guy who's matured from a ball of fluff, who grew into a companion loving and strong. Hope my best friend lives very long. Now, what's the difference, really? I'll tell you what the difference is. Mankind has free will. Dogs don't. Ants don't. Parrots don't. Horses don't. But we do. And we choose what we want to do. We choose who we elect. So some people choose not to vote at all because they think that's the best way of dealing with things. But it isn't. If you're dissatisfied, you have to vote these characters out. Boom. Finished. Gone in 60 seconds, Can you imagine 1 minute you have a driver, you're being shepherded everywhere, you're in the best hotels. Next minute you're voted out. and you're back to whatever you were doing. So I don't know. What's my message today? My message today is we have free will. So use your free will. Take that special gift that only we have and use it to your best advantage to assist others, and not just to assist yourself. Good morning.